They blew.
Okay. I thought I'd start recording.
All right, good.
Um, so we're going to talk about how can we cope with this crazy situation here in this country. I mean, it is wild, wild.
I know. It's in Eugene too.
I'm surprised that our governor is allowing ICE to do what they're doing here in this state.
Oh,
Um,
they're in Pennsylvania now?
and they have
Yep.
built two concentration camps, one in Schuylkill County and one in Berks County, or
Oh,
Maybe Bucks County. So this is not right. I'm gonna call the governor's office.
Yeah, it's not right.
that's awful. That's
And
awful.
Oregon has said get out of here, but I'm not sure how much control they have.
I know that's the other problem.
Yeah, I know.
But what specifically we need to talk about here is how we can deal with it. You know, how or can we deal with this? Because it's not, well, I think that there is something happening that could cause a total collapse of the Trump administration. It's just every day there's something weakening that situation. But all of them need to go to jail. They all
Yes,
need to go to fucking prison.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I would say that whether I was a Republican or not.
Well, you never have been.
No,
No.
no.
You
Well,
know,
I was thinking that Bernie has certainly given us a good example. Boy, is he a boomer
yes,
who's
he
making a
is.
difference a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah,
yeah,
Good example.
he introduced that bill, was it to all the money that's going to ICE should go to the people's health care.
yeah.
De- definitely. Yes.
I don't know what happened to it, but I'm sure it's something that's being worked on.
For a while, I was calling my senators and congressmen, but then I forgot about that. But I have to retrieve the numbers again. I'm gonna do that again. Why not give it a shot anyway?
I know.
Well, that
Writing letters to the editor and protesting, of course.
Oh
and that
yeah,
five
letters to the editor.
that five calls app
Yeah, that's right. That'll,
that really makes it easy.
I think you can go to get an app called Five Calls App, Jala. If I can find a link, I'll send it to you.
Okay. What did you say it is? Five what?
Five calls, so it gets you to a whole bunch of people all at once to
Oh, good. Okay,
register our discontent in this situation.
good.
Right. That's good.
Yeah,
I think too, we've got to stop believing that these people are real. I mean, this situation is not normal.
no,
This is
normalizing.
not a country. This is not America.
It's
No.
right. Right.
You get used to it after a while.
Mhm.
This imagine it was 20 in 2024, just a year ago today, how different the country was.
Yeah.
As soon as he got into office, everything went to shit. We watched it from here,
Yeah.
and our
Yeah, I bet. I bet. What did you think, Sid, when you first started?
Mexico, and
hmm
from a bit of distance. But I think there's a big women this Saturday. Oh, it's Sunday, and I think the women's march is going to be everywhere. And I have been here before for women's marches, and they did do it here.
Yeah.
And
Good, good.
yeah,
Yeah, well,
so
there was a big demonstration here recently about anti-ICE. I think they're happening quite frequently.
Yeah.
yes, in Eugene all the time.
Yeah.
And friends posting who say that they are on some sort of list. And I remember being on a list in Lancaster long ago. Our parents were on the list. We were all on the list.
Hmm.
But I think things are worse now for a
Oh
Oh,
lot.
yeah, they are.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
And
no, things are they're the things that happened when we were young were uh, 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 foreshadowing of what's going on now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, somehow or another, this has all gotten back in control, you could say, with Trump. It was the plan, and that's what I'm being told is it was a plan. I
Yeah.
also and that there was a prayer meeting, and he said nothing that was relevant at that prayer. And
Yeah.
totally nuts, so
Well,
demented.
they're not gonna be able to shut down this Epstein probe like they would like to. He says, "Well, it's time to move on." Everybody's kind of like,
Right.
"No." I mean, I believe there are bodies buried in his golf courses
Yeah.
There's
of young girls,
bur- body
young girls' bodies, and
burning. What's the word?
uh,
Buried.
buried. Yeah,
Bodies buried.
young girls. Yeah. I mean, they routinely were disappearing girls. So what happened to them?
Buried.
And as a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Phillips.
Boy.
Lisa Phillips is one of the more vocal Epstein survivors, and something Todd Blanche said set her off. She walks. There's a Trump-owned golf course near where she lives, and she takes her dog down there regularly. And something happened to make her realize that she's probably walking over a graveyard. And I did
Ugh.
not catch that connection that she made, but I believe her. That's
Mhm.
where I came up with this. So,
Uh-huh.
um, and so
Well,
there's a statute of limitations on sexual abuse, but there is no statute of limitations on murder. And that's where I think they have got to go there.
There's some instances where they have lifted the statute of limitations on sexual assault. And
Yes.
there's different ways that they can do that because it was a conspiracy that persisted through time. They can prove that it links older crimes to current crimes because it's part of a pattern. So there's ways around that, but you're right about that. The murder is the better way to go.
Mhm.
Because, a lot of people dispute that there is such a thing as sexual assault. I
Yeah.
mean, there are people out there that dispute that, but they don't usually dispute murders.
That's a good point. The whole thing is I mean, we just have to try to laugh a little bit. But it's everything. It's all the world leaders, all everywhere else, are apologizing for the pedophilia that people on their cabinets have been involved with, and they're firing people left and right. Um, it's going to catch up. Everybody in this country knows that it needs to happen here too.
right,
Well, I
right.
don't know if that's true or not, but I think that I mean, like, really in my opinion, what we're seeing is this sowing of confusion.
Yeah,
Trump is creating confusion every day
Every day.
so that people will protest and become violent, and then he can declare
Yes.
military law and suspend the 2026 elections.
That's
Right.
So
right.
that to me is the strategy that's
Yeah.
being
Yeah, probably.
executed right now. So it's really important that whatever resistance we do is really kept cool.
Oh,
Very.
well, they've done a beautiful job in Minneapolis with
Yes,
that.
Yeah.
have.
I think I heard that they're up for the Peace Prize. The whole city of Minneapolis.
That's awesome.
I
I
think
saw a thing on the PBS NewsHour that said that over the weekend there were 108 ICE protests scheduled in all the 51 states. So
yeah,
Wow.
that's over two per state. There were ICE protests last weekend.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So
Yeah.
it's like, right. I just hope, and the idea too, like, I think it's important for us to keep saying things because if we don't say things, then everybody thinks they can just get away with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So even if your voice is falling on deaf ears, it's important to say things.
Hello?
And so
Hello?
that was my thought on that.
No, I totally agree with
Hello?
that.
And I heard that ICE, they're planning to make and establish another move in Philadelphia and Lancaster, specifically Lancaster, because of the high immigration population there. There all of
Sanctuary City,
those yeah, that they're specifically setting up targets, which is what Josh Shapiro said a couple of weeks ago, that they're talking about moving ICE,
operations.
operations to Lancaster and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
Well, I love the Attorney General in Philadelphia. He says, you set one foot in here and you are toast. And he says it all the time. Larry Krasner. Oh my God, I love him. But we need that kind of thing here. We need somebody to say the same thing here
Yes.
in Lancaster. How about Harrisburg? Maybe Harrisburg is also being targeted.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, good.
I did hear there were ICE agents here, but I haven't heard anything else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's very red.
Is Harrisburg red?
It is red, yes.
I'm sure some minds have been changed, but not enough.
All would be perfect.
Yes.
Changing minds is harder than almost anything, it seems.
Say that again?
Changing minds seems to be one of the hardest
Yeah.
to get done.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is very hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can really change minds. You have to change hearts. Like, what is it that influences us?
Right.
To me, it's not thinking, it's
Feeling.
something else that moves me to change who I am. And I think that's one of the flaws of like the liberal message or the liberal stance. And I'm very information focused. So if I need to clarify myself, information helps me, but the people that we're talking to, they're not dealing in information.
Right.
They're dealing in fear and yearning.
Yeah.
So you have to speak to them there, and that's what's so such a conundrum,
It is.
about that. Like I go onto this little thing called Nextdoor. It's kind of like a local Facebook, but it's smaller. And
Mm-hmm.
some buddy said, "Oh, let's have a pro-ICE demonstration and knock everybody's socks off." And so a bunch of people said, "I'm in, I'm in, I'm in." This other woman says, "How can you support ICE?" And it's like, she said, "Did you see the things about them? They're doing stuff to children." And they go, "That's all fake news. That's the New
Right.
York Times and CNN. It's not
Mm-hmm.
real."
Right.
And
Wow.
and so those people, like again, they've limited their diet to consuming this very narrow band of information.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
till they move out of that circle, there's almost nothing that you can do about it.
They're getting all different information. That's the problem I see is there's
Yeah.
no information that goes to everybody. There's
Right.
news that will be everybody's news. And I think it's been that way a long time, but I think it's probably gotten worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Back in the day, things like there would be blasts of things that would happen, and everybody's attention would move to that. And then all the things that are happening behind that, you'd never know because they had that in the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's part of the way Trump is working is he wants to make incredible splashes, and so everybody pays attention to that, and they don't look at what's else is happening. And then everybody's distracted and
Right.
Right.
don't know the understory. You don't know the backgrounds. You
It's
don't.
like a cat following a pointer, like a
Right.
laser
Yeah,
light.
To a
Well,
different.
right.
they're manipulating people's attention in that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And the false narrative, like with the people that were shot by ICE, the false narrative comes out even when the real photographs are there. The video is there. The false narrative comes out
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how that's going to change or when it will change, since it's been going on like that for a long time.
Yeah.
But also, it wasn't until we got TVs and people could see what's going on, for instance, in Georgia and you know, the South, for instance, and then people
You're breaking up, Sid. I'm
in
sorry. You're
the
breaking up.
South never believed it anyways. And I know probably nobody knew anything about what was happening where we were. So yep,
We're just trying to hang on to what you're saying, but we can't
the whole
hear you're oh, okay. Maybe she can come back in. But yeah, the news hi, you kept breaking up.
I'm back, huh? Am I back?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
You're back.
yeah,
So you were saying, I'm trying to think of the what I got out of that was, did you go on from what the news is not centralized to something else, or were you still talking about that?
Just saying that before we had this kind of news source being TV, it wasn't until like the 50s. People, I mean, we never had a TV set till the 50s, and our father worked for RCA, so we had some of the first TV. And it's only then that people knew anything about what was happening anywhere else. That's one of the reasons the civil rights movement could get a stronghold,
Mhm.
because people in the North could see what was happening. So
And
now
our
it's taken.
politicians were supporting the civil rights movement. That helped.
Yes.
Yes, but nobody knew what was going on anywhere else,
Right.
because we only knew what was going on in our own block, in our own city, our own
Yeah.
territory, you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then people could learn what was happening other places. And then the news took control of that, I think. The media took control of that. And then also then we had so many different sources of, we do have so many sources of what you know about. And then people choose what source they want to know about, what TV station they'll watch,
Yeah.
because, and then I do have no all the different walks to MSNBC to CNN, and then they think they've got a well-rounded knowledge of what's happening, and I say, how can you stand it?
Fox is terrible.
So we
Like
just have our own,
control.
yeah, we just have our own choices of what we can stand and what we want to know about. Is how I'm looking at that a little bit.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, because we're here and so many people here are from Canada, I'm aware of the fact that Canadians pay a whole lot of attention to what's going on in our country. But
Yeah.
we do not know much of anything of what's happening in Canada.
Well,
Yeah.
So
the
we're
good
not,
thing about Ben and Midas Touch is that they do talk about Canada all the time,
Yes.
and
yeah,
they have people who, I mean, they've become part of the Midas Touch network.
Yes.
Right. Then you do have more broad-minded people bringing in news from sources that are more well-rounded and you know the information's good. But not everybody's going to watch that or know about it either. So that's
Right.
just the way part of it.
Yeah.
And Fox News is not the only one spilling garbage. There's
No.
a whole bunch of them now
Right.
that are, Trump supporters, big millionaires with big companies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the interesting part is that the the networks are afraid, and so
Hmm.
they may think something, but they can't say it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How about Don Lemon? I love him.
Hmm.
Yeah, they released him, didn't they?
Oh, yes, yes.
Eventually.
Well, they did release him the same day, or maybe less than 24 hours later. But he got, the thing is, he's not afraid, and also his following has gotten so much larger, and I enjoy watching it. I mean, he was
I
so,
stopped watching CNN because I couldn't stand watching Don Lemon. He just complained, complained, complained. To me, he was as bad as Fox News
uh-huh.
because it was all just name calling and stuff. And I stopped watching CNN because of him. He was so as an isolated incident, and what he talks about, I think he's great, but to me, CNN, they lost me because it was just too much on and on and on about how awful Trump was, and oh my God, look at the world's on fire. Instead of information, it was all about the world's on fire. And so I stopped watching them. But I'm
Uh,
glad that he's not in jail, and I'm glad that he went and did that protest. I'm glad he did that.
oh yeah. Well, he has his own program on independent on YouTube.
Right.
I enjoy watching it. He has a lot of good people on there. And he was a little shocked by what happened. He knew it was going to happen, but he was a little shocked. But I'll
I've
tell
been
you what, I love Bad Bunny.
Super Bowl's coming right up, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and
And the Olympics. The
yes.
one
Yeah.
thing that to me is that's was very disturbing was that during that arrest, there was the people that did that protest in that church
Yeah.
in Minnesota, and then the black civil rights advocate, I think her name was Sandra Thomas or something, how the when she was arrested, she just, like comported herself with great calm. And then the Homeland Security took the footage of that and then deep faked it,
Yes.
showing her shrieking, crying,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, that's right.
begging for mercy.
And black
And
she was.
That was terrible.
pardon?
Blacker than she was. They darkened her face.
And then did all this stuff. And to me, that is shocking and horrifying. I mean, like, to me, that's like what they do to me, that's shocking and horrifying.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
on Trump's Truth Social, he had Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and gorilla dressed as gorillas this morning.
No kidding.
So he needs to
How can
go.
any
He
human
needs to
being,
go.
how can any human being like watch that and not think badly of someone that does something like that?
I know. I
Like
know.
that to me, it just like, like I have so much trouble, like even thinking about trying to talk to a Republican
Yeah.
Hmm.
nowadays, because it's like, how can you even like look at that and then continue to feed that person with your clicks
Ugh.
on their site? I mean,
Yeah.
you've just got to. It's just ridiculous.
So now he's trying to say, well, it was one of my staff members. I don't know if he apologized or not. It doesn't matter. It
Doesn't
happened.
matter. Yeah.
The guy, isn't the buck stops here?
Not
It's
with Donald
the
Trump. The buck
black.
stops always on someone else.
Yes.
I think that's enough. That's grounds for him to get the fuck out. I mean, everything is grounds for him to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I just wonder when it's going to happen.
We're 100 miles past. Get the fuck out.
Uh-huh.
Well, we all need to get our rest, if nothing else. That's important. We need to rest. As my new job is, contacting people who are boomers and are in miserable shape. I mean, I don't know how to, I have to help them. And it takes a lot of research to figure out, services for them. I'm talking about really debilitated people who are 10 years younger than me. And
Mm.
um,
Hmm.
they can't walk, they are have amputations,
Oh,
diabetes, and then some of them are just in medical debt.
Mm.
oh,
And I talked to a person yesterday that the debt that they have incurred from medical debt, wow.
oh, oh,
Yeah. And so it's because people are not well. And there's a lot of people who need help navigating the healthcare system because people are not helping them. So
Right.
that's my role. My role is to hook them up with services and do whatever I can. And
mm.
yeah.
I know I went to yoga this morning, and most of the people in the yoga class are somewhere near my age, but probably younger. And a conversation with a woman about how everybody wants to help her because of her age, and she has a bit of a condition. She's in good shape, but she has this condition where her head shakes a lot. I've known her for
Oh,
quite
a
that
while.
condition has been going on for a while. And so we talked about how that there's a way of looking at age. And I had a doctor's appointment, and I was told I could get um, cataract surgery. 10, I guess is what it's called. Anyway, he said you might as well do it while you're still young. And it took me back a little bit, and I thought, you know what? This is an interesting measurement because I'm still
Yeah.
young. I can still go up and down steps here. I can still walk over to the store. I can still do yoga. I can still get in the swimming pool. I can still get in the ocean. I can still decide when to get up and when to go to bed. I can still,
It's all
keep track.
relative.
It's very, very relative.
I know,
Yeah,
but it's a blessing. It's a total blessing that you're able to do all that.
Hmm.
right, right. And that's something to look at. And a lot of people who come here right now are retired and old. So the whole place is full of retired old people
Yeah.
who are functioning well enough to get on an airplane and to get here because they're all coming from northern parts of the world, U.S., Canada, and other places too. So, and and I do have a friend who's gone deep into dementia, and she can't barely tell what time of the day it is, and it's so sad to see her to lose a friend
Yeah.
through dementia, and see
Mm.
how in she is now compared to the person she was. So that's also part of what I'm sure Solace is dealing with.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
And
well, what happens is that if the
and
person
so
has dementia, it's their caregivers are trying to sort things out, and they are burnt to a crisp, totally burnt out.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is your friend who has dementia, is she fearful and frightened, or is she happy?
very fearful.
Very
And
fearful.
her family put her into assisted living. And now I understand that she's having to be moved out of that and taken to California, probably be closer to her daughter. And I don't know what's going on. But the last time I saw her, which was about a month or so ago, before the assisted living, she had visiting angels. And in order to do the visiting angels thing, they had to come 3 shifts a day: the
Mm.
morning, the afternoon shift, the evening shift,
Mhm.
3 different angels. And And even when she went to bed, she was still fearful about not having anybody there during the night.
Oh,
There was no visiting angels to spend the night. And so it was astounding and shocking to see somebody you know and love and have been friends with for a long time just slip off into, the long goodbye sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So then, every day when I get up, I feel grateful for being able to function
Right.
and realize how that you can lose that and still be here, still be alive, still try to figure out what to do every day. So,
Yes.
and just have, so aging is not something to take lightly,
No.
or it's also something to be grateful for.
And then imagine doing that without the support of family,
Yeah.
So
having
looking at
people to
square,
support you.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's you're
yeah,
really
that
just,
too,
Hmm.
right, on your own, sort of. Well, at the mercy of society that needs to figure out what to do and how to deal with people,
Yes. Yeah.
or do it for themselves. I also notice a difference here culturally between the Canadians and Mexicans and our American or US way of doing things. Everybody here, the Canadians are very fast to jump in and help. I mean, in ways that you don't ask for or expect. Like the neighbor decided, I was out one day just taking the petals off of my geranium plant that I put on my table out in front of my room. And she came out with the scissors and started clipping it and doing what needed to be done. And I didn't ask for it. I didn't know why she was doing it. But oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I thought
Hmm.
I could do this myself. I thought I was. I
And
didn't have a scissor for that.
so you
But
think Americans are not so prone to help?
in my experience here,
Yeah.
no. But
Hmm.
I don't know. There's nobody here from the U.S. hardly. We have a little group of U.S.ers. I
Hmm.
mean, it's
Would you have done that, Sydney? Would you
no,
have jumped in with your little scissors to help the geranium people?
no.
Yeah.
Figure they're her training us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 with a sense of ownership.
Right, right. A sense of my geranium.
Well, and me, I wouldn't want somebody to help me because I would want to control the way that it was being done.
But
Fall into that category too.
It's okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's funny. Well, the scissors was probably more, you know, faster.
but I know I have a scissors too, but I thought I'd take off the dead petals, petal by petal,
Yeah.
and some cut the whole thing off. But I think it probably was good for the plant to its regrowth to have
Exactly.
the dying one gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is interesting though to just see different cultural ways of handling things and helping each other too.
In the
The
Yes.
other
meta.
night I went to a dance situation, and I felt like I wasn't really part of it so much, just kind of like sitting on the edge a little. And David too, we were both sitting on the edge. All of a sudden, these younger people came out and got me and said, "No, no, come on, come on here too, and dance with me, and dance with me now, and don't stop dancing with me now. Keep dancing." I go, wait, wait. I was
Hmm.
just about to go home.
right.
That's great.
That's really wonderful.
I know. I bet the young people in
Well, she
Mexico.
was. We think,
Go ahead.
but I think she wasn't just drunk. We think she was on ecstasy or something because she was a little bit more than drunk.
Ah.
Somebody saying, "Darling, you need to go on."
Hmm.
Oh, that's funny. Or else give me a little bit of that.
Well,
Oh,
things here can tend to get wild. I mean, wilder than I think I'm used to. Anyway, because I don't usually go out to nightclubs at night in Eugene that
yeah.
often. Like I never do, but we do. Not as much as here because you've got I don't know. It's different. So here things get wild, and I think people come to Mexico to get wild,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I don't. I don't. I think another time we've been coming a long time. Things were wilder for me personally, but now I don't do that anymore. Um, but at the same time, I still like being where other people are being wild, a little wild.
Watching others be wild.
But yeah, people think whatever goes, they can do whatever goes here, and it seems that way.
So are the Canadians worried about Trump and the way that they keep talking about, taking over Canada, making it a 51st state?
Yeah, well, that I don't think they believe that can happen. I don't think they believe it will happen. They just know that the whole situation is really, really nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching closely.
Yeah.
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 And we do not watch what they're doing closely. I mean, I used to know Trudeau's name, but now there's a new guy. It's Mark or something. I don't
Oh,
even.
oh, Mark Carney is my hero. I love him.
Oh, mine too.
I love
Right.
him. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
knew a little bit.
Yeah.
They have a different prime minister. One time, though, a Canadian, I was in the swimming pool and she decided to have a chat with me in the swimming pool. And she told me that she wished Trump was her prime minister. I said, well, you go on. I'm getting out of this swimming pool.
I wish Mark Carney were the president of the United States.
Me
I
too.
know. I know.
He is a very brilliant man.
Yes, he
Well,
is.
He's brilliant. And
anyway,
but then there's Starmer, what is it, the Prime Minister of England?
Hmm.
Oh my God. They have a little Epstein crisis on their hands. And
oh,
he has, in fact, there's all kinds of people who are in the files who are
Yep.
being fired and put out to pasture.
Nice.
Yeah.
wow.
So anyway, Stormer, did you see that, Sam? How
Yeah.
on Midas Touch, how
Yes.
he
Yes.
apologized to everybody, but the people are calling for him
Too
to
late. Yeah.
resign.
Yep.
I don't think he should. I don't think he was in the files. He just hired somebody who was a blatant
Use
pedophile.
good judgment.
Yeah, so it had to do with
Use
his judgment.
judgment.
You're right. It had to do with judgment, and people now are not are doubting his judgment
And
for
they
good
should.
reason.
And
For
they
good
should.
reason. Yeah, yeah.
I
So
wonder if Canada isn't going to become the new United States, assume the position of leadership we once had.
it's a good point.
I think that we're going to be looking at more. What is it? I was listening to something. It was called a multinational. Um, it's only been over the last 100 years or less that we've been like, the United States has been controlling the world, controlling the world
Yeah.
as an influencer. And before that, you would have several, you had France, you had Spain, you had China, you had
Mhm.
Japan, you
Yeah.
had you had many world powers or large countries that then had to find balances.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that that's the one thing that's happened now is that the United States will never again be the dominant factor in the balance of world power.
yeah,
Right.
that's true.
And so now we have to find a new balance,
That's right. That's right.
and that it will include more countries.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that
And
would be
part of
better.
that is like didn't I forget who it is? Somebody just reached a huge like trade arrangement with India or
Yeah.
um
Yes.
was it was it the United Kingdom in India
Yes,
or?
I think so.
Yeah, and Canada has done another thing where they've got like they're forging their own trade agreements and alliances outside of this idea of the United Nations or the
Hmm.
Pacific, whatever that is, where the United States is like basically whatever we say goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
king of the
In a
So we're going to
way,
move away from this like kind of dominant one power dominance to more of a multinational
yeah,
Yes,
balance,
it's so
which will,
much better.
yeah,
yeah,
well, I think it'll be more dynamic,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
you know,
More interesting.
More
right?
interesting.
It'll probably create more opportunity,
Yes, yes.
or it might, bring us back to colonialism again. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that also has been eradicated in the last 100 years. It hasn't been that long since the
right.
world was a colonial power, and that is what, if you needed something like the United Kingdom, oh, we need sugar, so we're gonna go and we're gonna colonize Jamaica or
Uh-huh.
whatever. I mean, I probably have wrong countries. So that's how the European nations got the things that they couldn't do.
Yeah, yeah.
They colonized people, and that's where we're going now with Greenland. Oh, we want their natural resources, so now we're going to colonize Greenland. We're
Right.
going to colonize. This is where this is going, and people are uh, don't see it like that. What a slippery slope that is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
In the and how it only feeds rich people.
Mm.
Again, it's like what that is that's how all of these big families made all of this money was
yeah,
from owning slaves and
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
taking advantage of third world countries, going in, subjugating them,
Yeah.
enslaving them, forcing them to work for nothing, and then selling what they produced at huge profits, and then, owning castles. Like it's like this whole
Yeah.
thing that maybe we're like flirting with that again, like because everybody wants to have a nice living, everybody wants to live well, but
Mm-hmm.
we seem to be over the last 20 years in this age of decadence where like people just want more and more and more. Like, what do you do with $25 million
I
dollars?
know. Or not to mention 500 million.
Or the
Billion.
billionaires? Like, really,
Yeah.
what are these people doing with that?
Yeah.
They're being like, why do you need that much money? Like, why does the CEO of Netflix
Right, right,
need a $250 million paycheck when
right.
they refuse to pay the people that work for them
yeah,
a living wage? Like, how,
Exactly.
like, again, like business is like people need to make living wages.
yeah,
And if these CEOs would stop their greed, like how much money do you need? Cut
exactly.
me
Right.
a
Um,
Right.
break.
Right. Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll
Uh,
be right back. I can hear you though.
And our president is a prime example of that. Greed.
Greed.
this whole
Yeah.
idea of suing the IRS and getting,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, that can't happen. And I guess it might, but it's ridiculous.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
And all the money people have lost on that Bitcoin and how much each one.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, his family has enriched
Yeah,
themselves on Bitcoin.
yeah.
I always
Well,
thought
that's,
Bitcoin was a scam.
Oh,
yeah.
I think it is.
yeah,
It's probably the fact that we are evolving into a very multinational world that things are so tough now because the bully never goes down easy, They'll fight to the death. And That's what we're seeing now.
Well,
Yeah.
it's yeah, he is definitely dying.
Yeah. He's
What did you
fighting.
say, Sid? What?
Enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dying.
he's fighting his way down. And that's what we're seeing
Yeah.
is his some of the things that he's done aren't working anymore. People have seen, or I mean, I think people are seeing through him.
I love seeing the popularity poll.
Yeah. Yes.
CNN does a great job
Yeah.
with that.
I thought that the question today was how are we coping with all this, right?
Yeah, well, and one thing is true. It's always good to talk about it.
Yes, it is true. It's true to have conversations and rant a bit or a lot and have willing ears to hear our opinions. And sometimes, you wouldn't be able to find that just anywhere else.
Well, as Ben always says, our opinions are our First Amendment right. We have a right to our opinions.
Yeah.
And
Of
so there's no sense trying to hide them or pretend,
course,
or trying to be goody two shoes about it.
right, right. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know how else can we cope? I think, journaling and talking to people and going outside. It's impossible to go outside now, but uh, I mean, Pearlie wants to take a nice long walk, which is unusual for her. So I try to walk as much as I can.
Good, good.
Yeah,
she likes the snow, doesn't she?
she does. She does.
Yeah, me too. I love the snow.
Yeah,
We're concerned how he'd take to it. Well, he dove into it.
yeah, that's right.
Nose first.
How does Bear like the snow,
Oh,
Sam?
he loves it. He loves it. But
So,
I,
Does
I,
it? Uh,
I have to say, more often than I like feeling overwhelmed, and,
Uh-huh.
and I'm an extremely optimistic person,
Yeah.
so that's a hard road for me.
yeah.
Well, at least you have Bear because he's the great guy.
Yeah,
Is he right there?
Yes,
Is he
yeah.
there?
yeah.
uh, napping.
Oh, look at him.
Oh,
Yeah, he is, and he notices if I'm really overwhelmed or crying or something. He'll come over and sit with me.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
It's okay. You can get through this.
oh.
And I saw a great quote this morning. I'm not old. I've just been young for a very long time.
I
Uh-huh.
like that.
Yeah,
Right.
I
That's
thought,
how I feel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I often find people that are older have very young, my mother was like that. She was, she just was very young until she passed it at 86.
Mhm.
Mm,
Uh-huh.
mm.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be 75 in less than a month.
That's right. That's right. And Buddy, too. My brother will be 75 in a couple of days, February
Wow,
11th.
11th. Yeah.
babies.
Yeah,
Babies.
we are babies.
Yes, you are.
Always be the baby.
Yeah.
But as far as coping goes, I just think something about the world is not something we should totally be aligned with, because it's just false what's going on. It's completely crazy. And
Yeah.
so you can get sucked into that. And that's I never forget, our mother Kitty was watching the Iran Contra hearings as she was dying.
Mm.
The hospital.
Interesting.
I didn't know
She was
that.
still,
Huh?
Yeah. That's what
My
they
well,
dad,
that's,
when he was dying, his wish was he wanted to he wanted to live long enough. He wanted to live long enough to see Bush voted out.
Who was
He
this?
would have been disappointed, but
Who was this?
my dad,
Your dad.
yeah, they were political,
Yeah, they were.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Kitty certainly was. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
she
this
was.
Yeah, my
News
dad
junkie
was
to
in
the end.
Nashville, he would go sit at lunch counters with black people, as
Hmm.
back during the civil rights movement. He
Yeah.
Wow.
he was a civil rights activist as a minister. Ministers often were.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
And
he
my
go to
grandfather was uh, a minister in Southern California, and he used to advocate for farm workers and stuff. The
Uh-huh. Start that.
Chavez, and he actually got abducted and roughed up apparently
Oh my goodness.
by
Right.
thugs from the agriculture area wherever they lived. He got
Wow.
dragged out of the house and roughed up.
Now, did your father go to Selma March, the Selma, Alabama?
I don't know. I don't know. I doubt it. I would think I would have heard stories of it if he had,
My
but
friend
I don't
Tom
think he did.
Saul went to Selma. He was a Lutheran minister, and he went to Selma.
Ah.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's Jonathan's dad.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Well, I had a dream about Kitty a couple of years after she died, and I dreamt that she told me in the dream that she died when she did because could do more good. She could be more powerful on the other side. And
It,
lately, I've been having the idea that Delaney feels the same way.
he might.
Don't doubt that at all.
I
It
think
has occurred to me that is possible.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Tom would not have been able to handle this bullshit.
yeah.
Especially when his son is a Trumpy.
Oh,
And
Oh,
that would have been hard.
Still,
yes, that would
still.
be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
you ever tried talking to him about it, or is it just not worth it?
Well, I never see him.
Right. That's the other part.
Makes it very easy.
Right. No way you can talk to somebody when you've decided to cut them out of your life because you can't stand it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really not exactly what happened. It's just that he was mad at me that I didn't give him the farmhouse. So
Well,
that ain't gonna happen.
no.
I mean, when we're talking about the people who live there now, when we talk about immigrants, the true grit of immigrants, and how if it weren't for immigrants, this country would not be what it is today with these people who are living. Something happened when I did that. The people who are living at the,
My hand went up. I like
yeah, something happened.
interactive TV.
Anyway, they've given me my tenants, my former tenants have given me insight into what the true grit of our immigrants are in this country. And
Yeah,
then to have what is going on now to our immigrants is heartbreaking.
it is.
For sure.
Yes, yes.
So that's another thing. I think that we are heartbroken by all of this.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
And the other thing is, Kate, I think the deliberate it's like a machine gun of nasty every day. It isn't one post from Trump. It's over and over and over and over.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think what makes it hard is
Right.
because you're thrown off guard all the time, instantly. If it isn't one thing, it's something else.
I think
True.
that's
True.
the point, right?
Yeah,
That's the
I
point.
know.
He is the cruelest person. He has no compassion for anything or anybody. I mean, he
No,
is the true study in evil.
Yes.
And his whole administration is.
yeah. Yeah. It's true. And we have seen that in fairy tales, for instance.
Right, right.
Yeah, yes, yes.
That's a good point.
It's not as if we've had no introduction into evil. since a lot of Hans Christian Andersen gave us an idea of what it could be, or what it would look like.
Yeah.
Interesting, somebody would do that through fairy tales, and then we all.
Yeah, people like Rudolf Steiner,
Yeah,
put a spotlight on the fairy tale lessons that we can learn from that.
for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But otherwise, we might not have any experience with that, necessarily.
Yeah, yeah,
But I get the sense that a lot of people are becoming a lot more soft-hearted as a result of all this tragedy, and that's a good thing. I think in the end that's going to turn the tide.
Yeah, yeah.
And how do you see that,
yeah.
Jella?
Let's think of some examples. Go
Well,
ahead, Bella.
go ahead, Kate. Go ahead.
No, I don't know if I'll think of one, but you go first.
Yeah, I don't know. There are more and more people going out into the streets.
Yep.
That takes a lot of courage,
It
That takes
does.
tremendous, especially when it's 22 degrees below zero.
Yeah.
And and as I talk to people are very, very struck, crying over what's happening.
Yeah.
And tears can make a difference.
It washes the spirit clean.
That's right. That's right.
Right, right.
Yeah, I think
One
that
thing that has really moved me is I remember seeing on the news there were some people who went to where Alex Preddy was shot,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
it's like they didn't know him.
yeah,
They drove from another town and they just were so and it really struck me because it was a feeling that I can't imagine myself having, but they had to show up there. He said, I can't go to
Mhm.
work. He said,
Wow.
I have to be here. I have to see this. This isn't real. I have to see what really happened. And,
Wow.
they were young people, like 20, 30, that were just so impacted by what happened. They stopped their lives and drove 100 miles
Mhm.
to show up at the site of that
Yeah, that's
because they needed
amazing.
to
Yeah.
bear witness to it. And that was
that's a good point. And then
really
Renee
amazing.
Good. I mean, there's another example of a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's
They're
true.
probably both together now. They found each other almost immediately after death, and I sense that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I saw another guy who he was for Trump twice. He didn't vote the third time, but it was the Alex Preddy thing that turned him around. And I think something
Oh.
about Alex that is, and Renee too. I mean, but Alex was a real sacrificial kind of nurse.
Yeah.
He believed in his patients and he stood by them. And there were people who he took care of people's parents. And one guy, as you probably have all seen, had took a video of Alex Preddy wheeling his father out after his death and saying a prayer. It's very, very moving, and
Mm-hmm.
he he couldn't stay quiet. He could not stay quiet, and his parents were alarmed, but I don't think they had any thought that he was going to be murdered in that way or that he would become a symbol. I mean, Renee is too, but not for some reason. Maybe Alex because he's a man, but
A white man.
a white man. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, right, right.
But also he was what a nurse stands for in our society. And I
Right.
know what that is because I am a nurse and I'm still now I'm back to
Right.
nursing. So it has given me a feeling of camaraderie with that whole vision of what nursing really is. And that's
Right.
what he exemplified.
Yes, yes.
He totally exemplified that.
Right.
The other thing is like if you look at the situation, the video of Alex Pretty, he was just standing on the street. He was completely vulnerable. And Renee Good was in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've heard people, even on liberal news, say that Alex Pretty was interfering with law enforcement. That, and I guess you could say that, because he stood in between the law enforcement officer and the person who was being aggressed on. But, and Renee Good was a lesbian and a woman. So,
Yeah.
right there, there's at least 25% of America that thinks she should be dead already. But with Alex Pretty, he's a white man who was standing on the street with a cell phone. He
Yeah.
wasn't in a car. He didn't have any, yeah, he was carrying a gun, but it wasn't evident. It was under
And
his
it was
coat.
up there. He had a license.
He had a license, so he's like he is the white men that are driving a lot of this Trump support. He is them.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can't, they identify with him. He's
Yeah.
a
Oh, that's a good
gun
point. Yeah.
carrier. He's standing up for what he believes. He's on the street doing that. So I think that a lot of these people who can dismiss all of these other quote unquote martyrs or people that have been assaulted, they can relate to him. And I guess that's what I mean about people.
Yes.
It's not about information or reasoning. It's about the feeling, the yearning, so they relate to him, so they could see themselves in his shoes and then imagine that happening to them or their
Yeah.
son,
Yes.
as opposed to, oh, that crazy, she was chasing ICE agents in her car. She deserved it.
Of course, she
Right.
wasn't. She wasn't.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
but the thing
Well,
is,
actually, she was. She was following them. They were part of a neighborhood watch thing.
okay.
They were witnessing. They were witnesses.
Sure, I understand.
That's what I understand. I could be wrong, but that was what
Well,
I stored in my head as my
She
last piece of
wasn't trying
information
to
about that.
run them over, though. She was trying to get away.
No, she was not trying to run them
Yeah,
over, and
no.
yeah, she was just trying to get away. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get away.
I
Yeah.
never thought in my whole life that I would ever have sympathy for the Second Amendment, but he had every right to carry that fucking gun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and now Trump was like, oh, he shouldn't have carried a gun into a protest. Where does that say in the Second
Well,
Amendment?
look at January 6th.
Yeah. Well,
and this is the thing is like, it's like there's no point reasoning with them, those
no,
people.
they're
They're
stupid.
just fucking nuts. They're deluded.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're just about what they're not thinking. There's no thinking happening.
No logic.
No, yeah,
logic.
there's no logic, there's no discernment. And that's what to me has me like churning in my head is like, what? How did this happen? How did people
No.
come into the planet and live and breathe and not learn how to think or
Right.
evaluate or
Right.
discern?
Well,
And that
Trump,
is
Trump loves uneducated people.
exactly that are just, moving from thing to thing to thing and maybe emotionally immature. Like that's what the decisions about our education system, we've ended up with a whole generation of people who,
Yeah. I could see it coming, being an educator when
yeah,
my
Yes.
daughter's senior in high school, and their credits were counted up, and they said, well, they only need a little bit more now, and then they were encouraged to go out to work, and the jobs that they would get would be in fast food, and then maybe spend the afternoon instead of being in school at Taco Bell or Dairy Queen or someplace like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, what? Because I remember my senior year in high school, I was browbeaten into being ready to go to college because I was
right.
college ed, whatever. And I was threatened with what it would be like if I went to college and didn't know this and didn't know that, and
Were you being browbeaten by your parents or by your school?
teachers at
Teachers.
Kasky High School, yeah, they were threatening us with what it would be like in college if we hadn't done our homework or done this or done that, you know. And I took it very seriously because I at
And
college, I did go to college, and
and just think, if you don't go to college, you may end up working at Taco Bell. Like back when you were in high school, that was a threat. And then now it's a career goal.
Yeah.
I'll never, this is funny that I fall into a strange demographic with this new job. That is that the only people who are hiring anymore, I mean, the
Yeah.
jobless rate is completely down. Nobody is not only not getting hired, but they are being fired and so forth. So the healthcare and AI are the big
yeah,
employers. So my company is run with this AI tool, and I have gotten a nursing job. So these two things together, it's hysterical. I can't believe it. I've never really fallen into a demographic before in my life, but here it is. I feel really bad for people that can't get work. I mean, it's important to work.
It is.
Yes.
and that seems to be part of the the message that they were sending these kids is you can go out to work and this is what the world is like there, and the jobs that they could get were pretty simplified, and what message they got, I'm not sure, but it was hard to watch as a parent,
Yeah,
see the schools, and then as an educator too,
yeah.
go teach and seeing how little the kids could think
Yeah.
and work things out in their minds. But at the same time, I do see a lot of young people who are doing very well at that.
Hmm.
So who knows? I just feel like I can't be sure of everything, that's for sure. I was
Right.
Well,
sure of,
healthcare has always been a reliable job for people. And of course, not everybody is cut out for it because it is a disaster in many ways. But I've gotten to the point where I've gotten a perfect job as a nurse, and
uh-huh,
I love it. I can work as much as or as little as I want, but I actually want to work a lot.
uh-huh,
And as you know, I can arrange my schedule, and it's pretty remarkable job. And the thing
Oh,
is,
that's
good.
great.
when I was doing
Yeah.
a job search and I came upon this company and through LinkedIn too. LinkedIn is a good place to find a job. I just went through all these job things, and this place stood out to me as being what I've always believed nursing should be.
Hmm.
Right.
Are
Right.
you still going to pursue the bookkeeping thing,
I don't
Kate?
know. I don't know. I think I probably should, but at this point I need to concentrate on the job.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
And also, I'm building my YouTube channel, so I am doing that. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, bookkeeping is very interesting. I think I have this course. I think I'll go through it.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So do you get income from your YouTube channel for sponsorships and stuff like that or advertising
I think
or
it will happen. Um, I have some coaches who will point me in the right direction to get that. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. It's taken me time to do that. There's some people, they always say, they have these viral videos, but I've just been plodding along.
Perseverance furthers.
That's right. That's right. No, I think I could get sponsorships and I could actually reach out for them.
yeah. Well, ladies, I must get
Yeah.
going. It's
Well,
been
thank you for dropping
wonderful to
by.
spend this hour and so with you, and I look forward to the next time.
Me too.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Love
Good.
you
Yeah,
guys.
Love
Julia.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye,
Be
everybody.
well. Be well.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
I
Love you.
love you.